Hello, I, Dr. Paksha Kamble, IPWC Nasik Sub Coordinator, and Dr. Dipti Wadhwa Ma'am, Sub Coordinator, welcome Dr. Pallavi Deshpande Ma'am, one of the senior
Thank you.
physiotherapists from Nasik, on IPWC Women's Day celebration. It's an honor to welcome you, ma'am. Uh, Dr. Pallavi Deshpande, ma'am, is a physiotherapist but also a pranic healer, hypnotherapist, and holistic nutritionist. She presently is a founder owner at Empower Physiotherapy Fitness and Slimming Center. She is the youngest magician of India. She is also an author of the book The Door to Confidence Opens Here, and it is available on Amazon. She is practicing physiotherapy since last 18 years along with her husband Dr. Alap Deshpande sir, who is also a physiotherapist. Ma'am has completed her masters from one of the most respected institutions in India, All India Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation. Both have played a significant role in avoiding over 3,500 surgeries. They have contributed in the lives of several thousand people and physiotherapists by holistical training and development. They have been a trendsetter by changing dimensions of physiotherapy and health, increasing awareness and respect for the field. They are committed, focused, and helping people on the source of pain, physical and emotional energies. Ma'am has been interviewed on Zee TV, Zee Marathi, Mumbai Doordarshan, Bhopal Doordarshan. She's also received the Best Magic Award of India, Jadugar Shiromani Award, Brahmi Sundari Alankaran Puraskar, Jain Rashtra Gaurav Puraskar. She has also received the Global Wellness Award 2020. She has won National Women of Future Award 2019, and she is also there on Limca Book of Records as a youngest magician of India. She is the first magician to represent India on a global platform at the age of 9, and it was a record worldwide. She, at the age of 12, has presented in front of 1 lakh audience magic shows at Shravan Belgula. She is unstoppable in her performances in lockdown also. She has now reached to 1 up to 1000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. That is magician Dr. Pallavi Alap Deshpande. We are honored to welcome you, ma'am.
Such a pleasing introduction. Thank you so much, Paksha. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. It
ma'am.
is such a blessing and honor to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So
I feel
here,
good about myself and all my journey after it listening to your introduction.
yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
We'll go
So
ahead.
hereby we begin with, ma'am, your first question. What are the most rewarding moments professionally and personally?
uh, Most rewarding movement, I would say, whether it is professional or personal, an entire journey of whatever number of years is just those little feedbacks that come from the clients or patients we are fortunate to serve, and that can be as simple as after 10 years I slept so peacefully today. So that is, a blessing. Or at the same time that, oh, we are so fortunate to be here. Or they say that, अरे थोड़ा पहले आ जाते तो शायद इतना सब नहीं होता. So these feedbacks make you feel um, so fortunate and blessed to be in the such a noble profession. So uh, that is what, and of course, like as a physio, we must really, be proud of ourselves that. Uh, the amount of financial burden or the physical burden, the family is disturbed with just a simple decision of going through the surgeries, like entire everything. And when you save them from this, it's a blessing. It's super powerful, and that itself is, definitely a reward I would say. So we have had so many, like served more than 35,000 people, directly, indirectly, and then of course it is like I feel that our karmic balance also grows up when you uh, share your knowledge freely, and to whatever physio professionals have, learned from us, and now they are also serving. So this is like, the chain that it is added to your own karma. So just, giving freely, giving honestly, the rewards do come. So this is what I would say.
So, ma'am, how
Thank
is
you.
the journey of 18 years as a physiotherapist?
Yeah, it. I would tell you one thing. When I had, after 12th, I had first taken admission in engineering. I went for 1 month and I said, "Oh my God, this is not my cup of tea." I was really not happy. Then I shared it with my father, and then this is like 1998. So 97, 98, and then my father, like उस समय तो फिजियोथेरेपी का नाम भी इंडिया में नहीं था ना, like people did not know much about this profession, but with God's blessings, I could get into this, and after that we shifted to like physiotherapy. That also the college was already started, like I was in the, second batch, the second admission batch, we labeled it as. But then I was very happy being there, as my elder brother was in Loni. I took admission in Loni. The campus there is like huge, and the space was very nourishing, and I just loved to be there. The teachers were good, and I just gave fully. But then I understood one thing. Like I really want to talk about this part very, to everyone, is uh, we need to ask ourselves that what was our point of entry. I think I would not be a very successful person if I would have taken that engineering and continued ki nahi, now it is not possible, and I would have, not shared it with my parents, so when I entered physio, I was very happy. I was very, proud, and I was like, yes, this is like I am in the right place. This feeling of being in the right place is very important, so only you can tell it to yourself. So if at all, why I'm saying this is, most of us, when we enter, we can enter because we did not get admission in MBBS or dental, or because there is no other. So work on it. If at all you were there, you can't go back and change the past, but really be true to yourself, that why did you enter. Because this is like, then if there is some, element of shame there, or you're not good enough there, and then you live with that, and that is the reason we are unable to be successful, if at all. So that point of entry, I want everyone to really check, because then it was like just happened, everything happened. Then I got into masters. I did it from All India Institute. As we all know, there are only 4 seats there, two from Maharashtra, two from out of Maharashtra, and that too, like it being a central government, then one is open category and one is the reserve category. So the point, you have the probability of being there is just one. And there also, I was the last, my form was the last to be submitted. That was the last day, and then I submitted. So something like, it just happened, and I was so fortunate to be in AIIPMR, because they have this holistic approach. We have wonderful teachers with huge experience, and just training your own mind to think holistically, to really, think for the patient, and then giving your best, and thinking out of the box. And then this collaborative atmosphere wherein every Thursday in All India Institute they had this protocol of the physician, the speech therapist, the occupational therapist, the physiotherapist, and all the professionals, they come together, and then they present their case from their perspective, and then they discuss that what is the best for patient, and then together they take that decision. That concept itself is so beautiful when you are so inclusive for everyone's opinion, and then we don't go into that ego hassle, but we think collaboratively and think best for the patient. So this is super powerful, a seed for life for me. And then my interest area was always fitness, so I was also taking with while doing my masters, I was learning in ZAF Fitness Center, like a part-time job, and that was also very beautiful experience, a learning indeed. And then uh, I joined at Talwalkars as a consultant, and then I took up a job. I mean, in Nasik. And I was like, that physio professionals, they go out abroad. But then somehow I said, no, I want to be in India. And that was the best decision ever. And then we came, and now after choosing to be in India, we had given all the exams, okay? But I did not want to go. Then I said, I love that. No, I want to be here and serve. And I'm so, I want to thank him that he agreed, and we came here. So we started. Now after here, then we had two options, whether to take up a job or start our own setup. That was also a very bold decision. And then after taking that step also, we worked as a, we joined with my elder brother and my bhabhi. They had a homeopathic clinic of 200 square feet when we came, and in that, we practiced. They were sitting part time and we were sitting part time in that small place. And there we had no machines, no electrotherapy, only two modalities, and that too we used to just take out on Diwali and do puja mostly, and then keep it back. So it was more of hands-on rehab that we always believed in. I respect all dimensions. And now in the setup that we have, we then always had this vision to serve more number of people, and also going to masses. And I always thought that यार लोग पहले आ जाते तो ऐसा नहीं होता, फिर ये भी होना चाहिए, वो भी होना चाहिए. With that consistent drive to expand, to move ahead, to serve, we created Empower Physiotherapy in 2011. When we created Empower Physiotherapy in 2011, I was going through my first pregnancy. And that was a challenge. And then it was my dream always. Dr. Alap was always supportive. He is excellent in his work. But then this was my passion, to expand and to whatever, like target the source is our always, commitment to ourselves. Like, as a physio professionals, we always target the source, and we don't go into that first step of fixing and changing with allopathic medications, with due respect to whatever people are learning. But then this needs to be the first step. I could understand that. And then with that, self-belief, we always reminded ourselves that we need to target the source. We need to target the source. We need to target the source. Now, this one commitment to self has brought in my life two beautiful sciences of pranic healing and hypnotherapy also, because we know most of the problems that we see are psychosomatic. If we whoever is into practice, that some people, they recover so fast, and some people are like, they take time, and some people are always lost. They will have someone to blame. Why? Because this is like, we need to make them understand and understand ourselves that there is something beyond, something unseen also, that if we are able to tap that, we can serve better. So uh, I kept on learning and developing myself in the whole process of 18 years. We started with 200 square feet, and then in Nasik in 2008, and we reached to now are almost like, if not 10 times much better than that, and we are able to serve more people. Then we had physio professionals, coming and learning with us as observers, and then joining us in the team. Now that was also a trend breaker, because in physio, mostly how do we practice? Either we have our own setup, or we are joining a ortho or some corporate, group. This is the way people look at. But then we could break the trend and, work as a team and share our knowledge freely. And of course, I knew one thing, that if we need to serve more number of people, we need to unite and serve. Because as an individual, what is my capacity? There are limitations. So I choose this. There are plus minus on both the sides, but then together, me and Dr. Alap went with that, and we expanded as a team, and now we are serving people, uh, working in a team. And that, that is not something that we learn as a physio. That is something that I could learn from whatever entrepreneurship programs and learnings and development that I could, or me and Dr. Alap could learn together. So this holistic view of life is very important, because it is not just about the skill sets. I may be excellent in my skills, but then I have to manage myself. I have to manage the myself when I am rejected, when I am criticized, when I am mocked, when I am looked down upon, when I am blamed, when I am, whatever challenges as a and then people come to us with hope. They come to, that physio is like the last person to meet, so they are emotionally, really devastated when they come to physio. So you have to be, and without absorbing their emotions, you have to be stable and relaxed, and without getting entangled, you have to give your best. So you have to be detached and committed. Now, this one practice of being detached and committed and being unimpacted by the world around and being honest to yourself and delivering itself takes a lot. And that is how, in the 18 years of journey, I can tell you that I, I am, myself still learning in that. And only then, because it is super powerful, you need to believe in yourself, you know that this is something that is irreplaceable profession, when it comes to, because we understand, the biomechanics, the posture, the we know that, okay, these little things, and then we can work on that, and no one medicine can, correct that posture in one go. You have to work consistently, and it is like I always tell my patients also, that it is not going to be like washing your hands with Dettol and seeing it clean immediately. You have to have patience, you have to have belief. But when will people believe in it? When I will believe. So this belief I have to build, I have to develop myself. This belief will not come in one day. So in the 18 years, my belief was unshaken in myself. Rather, I have built. And if at all, there were times when I went low, because, I also had challenges. As I said, when I got in, I have kept Delisha, my elder one, on the consulting table when she was 12 days old since then. And then one patient I'm seeing here and one patient I'm seeing there. So thanks to Dr. Alap, he always supported me and encouraged me to keep going and not take that break. So that is what everyone faces. If it is a woman physio, we have to go through this motherhood also and believe in ourselves also and give our best. And then we have the other professionals to face, like orthos and physicians. And then but then see, we can respect them, their opinion, and we can still believe in ourselves and then do our best. Now this comes with practice. Belief is to be developed, to be learned. It is also a equivalent skill as a physio. So why I'm speaking about that more right now is I want each one of us to really understand that in this challenging time there are so many uncertainties, and we may have this thought of giving up the profession and doing something else. So I would say that the world needs you, and this is a nothing happens by chance. If you are into the profession, it is only because we are the chosen ones. We
Ma'am,
are the
what is
chosen ones, and we need to believe in that and then take that step. So yes, from 200 square feet to a larger setup, started single-handed to having a team is the journey. And then there were ups and downs also in the whole profession, but my learning is I kept going, believing in the vision, the mission, why. The purpose is very clear, that the work is to be given and the source is to be targeted. And who will do it? We need to stand for ourselves. Yes, I think that's it.
Ma'am, what is the message you would like to give to budding physios?
Yes. The message I would like to give to the budding physios is learn to be okay with rejections. Learn to be okay with criticism. Learn to believe in yourself come what may. Keep on developing yourself. If at all you feel that okay, this is something that is lacking, take that criticism also positively. Filter it. Don't take it to the heart there. We take wrong things at heart. Appreciations, you take it to the heart. And appreciate yourself. You are doing excellent. What is it? We can, just the basic as a physio, if you just are able to give that consistently, we know the basic principles of physio, just applying those basic understanding, keeping on learning, keeping on developing, keeping on believing in your own knowledge, and whatever you have as a resource within you, just giving that freely and fully is what matters. But don't get impacted by the world around. Give your best and please stick to the profession. It is super. It is super. I at times people tell me, that okay, are you really a physio? I heard that you have changed your profession to be a pranic healer or a hypnotherapist, so you are no more a physio. People ask me that. So I want to uh, uh, tell you that this all will come, but believe in yourself. It is like, for me, it is my soul's urge as a magician and as my own you have your own calling. My calling was targeting the source. What is yours? And stick to that calling. Stick to that calling and keep on working on that. So be consistent right now. Don't get disheartened by the current situation. Do your best. Take care of yourself in terms of emotional hygiene, also along with physical hygiene, because both go hand in hand. Take that pause, and in this pause, use your time very, very wisely. Don't waste it in gossiping. Don't waste it in cribbing. Don't waste it in how bad the situation is and thinking and, on social media also, don't go into searching how bad it is. Rather, use this time to develop a very strong foundation of your own self. Develop yourself at all levels, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, so that when you come back on the field, you are 10 times better version of your own self. So, this is what is my advice to every young individual. Don't, have that, those who are still learning, don't have that fear that, oh my God, now I don't have any practical experience. What will I do? And people will also laugh at you that, okay, you're that version, so you will not have any practical experience. Alright, if you feel, go out and take it. Who is stopping you? I'm sorry. So who is stopping you from doing that? So it's our life. Stand for yourself, but make sure that you stay tuned. And staying tuned is what I just said. So God bless us all, and let's support each other. Keep learning, keep growing, have mentors in your life whenever you feel hooked, and there is always a way. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share whatever I could. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paksha. Thank you, Deepti. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.